This trade right here is what took me out of a 3% drawdown on my prop firm challenge account, and I'm going to talk about these trades and a few other trades that I took on my 10k challenge account, and show you guys what has been happening. After I just got it, I went straight into drawdown, and this right here, as you can see on your screen, is what helped me to get out of that drawdown, and also talk about a few trades that I took and that didn't go in my direction, and some of them that actually did. So before I begin this video, please make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Try to grow this channel to at least 200 subs, so I would appreciate it. And yeah, man, let's just get straight into it.
It's been a rough 6 years. Thank you for letting me do this. That's all I have to share right now.
In the beginning of April last month, I actually bought a 10k funded account from funding traders, and I saw it because it was really cheap. I wasn't planning on buying one, but I actually ended up doing so because of the pricing that were like really attractive. So I went on and bought this account. So since it was so cheap, I didn't like take it seriously because I was like, you know what, I'll just play with it and see where it goes. But after taking like 2 losses in a row and put me into like -2%, I actually decided, you know what, let me take this thing seriously and see where it can go. And this is how I just recovered it from the drawdown that I was in when I wasn't taking it serious. So the first trade that I'm going to show you guys, let me just go to the dashboard, the funding traders dashboard. If I can like refresh it so that you can see what I'm talking about and see if this is not like edited or anything like this, and put on all time so that I can show you the equity curve and the balance curve from the beginning of the challenge account. So this is what it looks like I said. After I just bought that account, went straight into drawdown. This was just, I think, equity, so floating PNL that went up, but the balance just kept going down up until like around here, around June. I ended up like pushing it to the upside, as you can see here. Now I'm at break even, and these are the trades that I took at that time. So as you can see from my screen right here, these small trades right here, after buying that account, I actually since funding traders doesn't use MT5, they use trade locker, I think. Yeah, they use trade locker. So trade locker didn't know how to use it like as much, and just went on and started doing whatever, just pressing buttons to see how it works, experimenting on that account that I bought. So that's why you see these small losses and small profits, but I wouldn't count them as like actual trades. The actual trading started with CAT JPY. So on CAT JPY, as you can see here, I started off with a loss. This was the first proper loss that I took on that account, but I wasn't serious at that time. And then I went on and took another trade on USD JPY, which also resulted in a loss. That's when I decided, you know what, let me just take this thing serious and do better with my life, because since even though it was cheap, it wasn't like free money, you know. I didn't pick up that money from the streets, so I had to use it wisely. After that loss on USD JPY, I went on and took this NZD long position right here, and that's when I was serious now with the account. But unfortunately, it resulted in a loss also. So basically, I was just in a losing streak in this case, even though for the first 2 trades that resulted in a loss, I wasn't as serious as much. But when I started taking it serious on NZD JPY, I also took a loss here, but I was like, you know what, this is part of the game. I know my strategy works. I know doing everything by the book now on, after that NZD JPY long. So I went on and took another AUD JPY long, which I'm going to show you guys, which wasn't a loss. Actually, I traded my stop from break even, and then put it like slightly above break even. Also GU slightly above break even. That's why you see these small wins right here, but they were actual trades. I was trading my stops. I got stopped out just above break even. And then the last trade that I took on this account is the one that I just showed you in the beginning of the video, which is this US oil long. So let me just go to the charts and show you guys what I'm talking about. So this oil long right here, fueled by the geopolitical news about the Iran stuff, bombing what's Israel. I don't want to talk about that one too much. So this was the push that made me get out of the drawdown. And on the yen pairs that I was talking about, if I can go to the daily time frame and show you guys properly, this is one of the trades that I got taken out after trading my stop. So on the 4-hour time frame, this is where I trailed my stop. I got stopped out somewhere around here because my stop loss was right there, just below that market structure, so somewhere there, because I was expecting price to continue to the upside after breaking this resistance, turning it into support. We came back to retest, so I was expecting price to continue. If it broke it, I wasn't like too convinced it's going to continue to the upside, hence I stopped out of that position. And then on CAT JPY, which was the first trade that I talked about, the first trade that I took in that account was actually a loss, which you can see by my template right here. So the reason behind this one was price was in a downtrend and we were testing this trend line right here to the downside. As you can see, when price came, it rejected. When it came, it rejected multiple times, right? But we ended up actually closing above and breaking this trend line to the downside right here. As you can see, by price came back, it rejected, and then finally it broke it, and then came back to retest this support area right here. So I was expecting price to continue to the upside from then, but on the 4-hour time frame. So on that time frame, I was expecting price to at least continue to the upside, but unfortunately that resulted in a loss also. And then going to USD JPY, similarly to the pair that I just analyzed, I was expecting price to break out of this downtrend line right here, which it actually did break out of, and then we came back to retest support, and I was expecting a continuation to the upside after retesting this support, but unfortunately price continued to the downside. And mind you, this USD JPY and these yen trades right here, I did not take them at the same time. It was after I lost another trade, I would enter another trade, but in a different like pair. So this was also another loss, and the last one that actually got me into that 3% drawdown was NZD JPY. On NZD JPY, after getting stopped out in two of these trades, the USD and then the other yen pair, I actually went on and took another position because I was convinced that the yen was going to lose a lot of momentum because of the economic side of things, which I do talk about on my previous videos or other videos. If you do check them out, you'll actually know what I'm talking about. So I recommend you do go check those ones out. And yeah, man, I actually took a long position right here. Unfortunately, my timing was not the best, and I got taken out of this position by this black wick right here. But the direction was right, but the timing was not quite okay, so I got stopped out. And then this template right here, I wanted to take another trade, but unfortunately I missed it. As you can see, it resulted in me not being in the trade, but went in my direction like as expected. So that's another bummer. So after that 3% loss from these yen pairs, I went on and took this like oil trade, which worked out quite great if I'm being honest. And I actually was looking at this one like on the 4-hour time frame, and I was initially waiting for price to come back to retest this support area, and then I was looking for long positions to take this one to the upside, but unfortunately I missed it. I was sleeping, and the next morning I waited for price to come back to at least retest this previous resistant area, which was turned now into support, and we actually got it and we shoot to the upside, and that's getting me out of that drawdown that I was talking about. So yeah, in today's video I'm not really going too much into the market and what's going on, but just showing you guys that if I actually want to take this serious, or if you actually commit to doing something serious, you can actually do it. And yeah, I mean, just updating you guys on my trading journey and what's happening. So one of the trades that I'm in right now in this ProFirm account is the US 500, and I took this long position I think today in the morning, early today, and I'm sitting like just above break even. And the reason I took this one was because we are seeing weaker job numbers coming out of the United States, and we also saw inflation not being the best, so we are expecting the Fed to cut interest rates. So if they cut interest rates, obviously businesses will borrow money in a cheaper rate, thus expanding their businesses and also growing these indexes as you see here. So basically I'm bullish in most of these indices on my right hand side, so that's why I took this long position right here, as you can see. So hopefully we do continue to the upside and hit our TP right here. And I was also looking at German 40, but I do not take correlating trades at the same time, because these indices, they usually move in the same direction. So if let's just say US 30 is moving to the upside, usually all these other indices are moving to the upside. Not always, but most of the time. So I do not want to risk being overly exposed in the market with high risk, right? That's why I take only one position. Maybe if I'm too I'm more convinced, I might take 2 buys on indexes, but I usually don't do that. So yeah, this is one position that I'm in on US 500, and also NZD USD, which is not going so hot right now. And I took this one on the 4-hour time frame because, like I said, the United States not really doing great right now on the economic side of things. So I was expecting price to continue with this upward move of forming higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and another potential higher low, and continue moving to the upside. So that's why I'm in this position, because we came back to retest this support area right here, backed by fundamentals also leaning bullish. That's just about it for this video, guys, and thank you for tuning in. Like I said again, please make sure to subscribe, and yeah man, nothing much to talk about. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.